Hey guys, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a quick response. I've got my Galaxy Watch 5 right here, along with my Spencer & Cosi and my Cold Steel 4 Max, and I just want to quickly respond to the Andrew Tate clip that has, gone all over the place. My kids have shown it to me. I've seen it a couple of other places, and about how bad smartwatches are. Now, let me point out that as a preacher, there's a bunch of stuff that Andrew Tate says that I would like to respond to. However, that would be a very different video for a very different time. For now, I want to just give you a quick rundown of what he says. He gets on this rant about, how you can spot a dork, and it's just by looking for who's wearing a smartwatch. And he says, first of all, smartwatches are not faster than getting your phone out of your pocket. And the second thing he says is the smartwatches tracking, health tracking stuff is not that useful. And, in the context in which he's speaking, he's maybe sort of right. Like he's sitting outside, it's good weather. He's hanging out at his house. Well, in that case, yeah. But anyway, so in that case, he's kind of right. However, there's a huge problem with his suggestion. I wear my smartwatch in a couple of very specific situations. I'm trying to wake it up for you. A couple of very specific situations. The first is when I'm skiing. All right, having 5 layers of clothing on and my phone is buried somewhere within those layers and I'm wearing mitts, it is not practical when my phone rings to stop what I'm doing and answer it. And in fact, I have had repeated instances where I'm unable to answer the phone call. I'm not going to keep waking that up over and over again, guys, just because it's going to get annoying, my finger poking in here every so often. But so when I'm skiing, I wear this because I can have my phone, buried in my inside pocket, wherever it is. And if there's a phone call, I can quickly answer it on here. If I get a text, I can quickly read the text, respond to it. The other thing is, I see a lot of people doing this on the ski hill. They're on the lift, they get their phone and they start poking away at their phone. I never do that because if you drop your phone off the lift, right? Yeah, there's a chance you might be able to ski down that run and get your phone back, but there's also a really good chance that it's not going to survive the fall, or two, it's going to be gone. And as a ski patroller, I can't tell you how much time I've spent with some whiny kid because they can't find their phone and their life is over and they've got us going all over the place and using Find My Phone to search around the slopes to figure out where it is. And yeah, so word to the wise, don't take your phone out on the ski lift. Wait till you're at the top, take a second, get your phone out if you need to make a phone call, if you need to do something like that. Or the other obvious solution is a smartwatch. It's attached to my wrist. I'm not going to drop it. I can make a phone call, I can send a text, or I can do what I do is the little voice to text thing because it's really difficult typing on the small screen. Um, But there's one perfect situation. That's really the main reason that I have a smartwatch is for two things. Biking is the other one. So skiing, we already mentioned, we already went over that. Biking is the other one. When I'm biking, I put my phone in my backpack because I don't want to fall off my bike, land on my chest or my pocket or my legs and break my phone. So it's in my backpack. It's in a nice soft container surrounded by other soft stuff so that if I fall, I'm normally falling forward. I've got the best chance of surviving. All right. But guess what? That means if my phone rings, or if I've got to check something or whatever, or if someone's trying to reach me, they can't do it. And I can't easily get a hold of my phone. But by throwing a smartwatch on, that solves the problem. Now I can check my route if I'm using like a GPS app. I can check my route on my watch without having to get my phone out of my pocket. I can also answer a phone call, read a text, reply to a text, maybe. Oftentimes I don't bother, but if there have been times where I'm like, oh, I better wait for my bike ride because I've got this phone call coming in that I need to get. Well, throw a smartwatch on. Now my phone is in my backpack. It's safe and protected, but I can still easily access the data on the phone through my watch. So for those things, and for, I could imagine a few other scenarios, maybe hiking or certain types of water sports. This is not water resistant, but there are smartwatches out there. I think Garmin has one that's like that you could easily swim in or even dive in. So there are times where a smartwatch makes a whole lot of sense, perhaps even driving, although I wouldn't even recommend, I'm not going to advocate for anyone reading anything while driving. So even if your watch is on your wrist and it's a little more convenient, I'd still say don't do it. Now, the only drawback, or the biggest drawback I find of smartwatches, is the battery, and that's where something like this might come in. So this is the G-Shock Rangeman. I haven't made a video about it yet, but I will do a quick video. I'm not going to rehash what everyone else has done. So I'm going to hopefully take a slightly different approach with this. But the battery on this thing is like forever and ever. And so um, there is that benefit. So for certain things, maybe an overnight trip or like a long camping or hiking excursion, battery on your smartwatch might be an issue, but battery on something like this guy is not going to be a problem. And it gives you tons of useful data as well. So there you go. Now, Tate is probably right about the health stuff. I don't really use the health app on here. Like it's going to record your footsteps and your heart rate and stuff like that either way. There's also some serious questions about the accuracy of the step counter. I've seen some compared step counter videos where sometimes there's wildly differing results. So just be aware that there are limitations on all of that technology. So there you go, guys. That's my quick response. I know it's still 6 minutes, but there are a couple little side things I wanted to address there. So there's my response to Andrew Tate. It's not quite legitimate to say that, yeah, there's no valid use for a smartwatch. There are tons of times where you're engaged in some activity, you want to still be connected, maybe you still have to work, right? Maybe you're in my situation where, yeah, I need to get phone calls. I need to be able to respond to texts and emails while I'm doing other things because of the nature of my job. And so a smartwatch makes a whole lot of sense in those situations. I plan to do another discussion video, not just responding to Andrew Tate, but maybe talking about a smartwatch versus sort of a watch with features versus a fully just plain old analog watch that doesn't do much else, and sort of make the use case for each one of those. Anyway, look forward to that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check the channel sponsors. That's a huge, huge help to the channel. I think I put one of these as well as one of these and a few other things in my Amazon store. So if you're interested in picking something like that up, it would be very useful to the channel, and I would thank you for using those links in the description to pick up any of those items. All right, we'll talk to you soon.